political. I felt like there were constant little bickerings going on. No drinking alcohol. And because I am nowhere near that dutiful like daughter-in-law. I'm the complete opposite. Hi guys, welcome back to yet again another video of mine. You're watching Aman here on TAUR Beauty. So in today's video, we are filming the second episode of our new series, which I don't even know, I haven't even given this series a name, but let's just call it Q&A with Aman. So this is going to be called Q&A with Aman, and each week we'll be talking about distinctive subjects and different topics, which I'll be asking you guys questions over here for next week's episode and over on my Instagram. So if you're not following me, here is my Instagram, it's TAUR Beauty, and also my TikTok, which is also TAUR Beauty. So do follow me on both of those platforms, because those are both the platforms where I ask you guys these questions. So as you guys can see from the title of the video, you guys can see that today's topic is living with the in-laws. So as this was such a spicy topic, I thought we'll add some more spice into it and we'll enjoy it with some Prosecco, guys. So I thought we'll just have a lovely drink. I'll have some Prosecco, and probably as I'm drinking the Prosecco, some home truths will come out. I don't know. But we're gonna pour ourselves a nice glass of Prosecco before we get into this video, because if you guys saw episode 1, I told you guys this video is all about getting cozy. I want you guys to sit back, whether you watch it in the afternoon, in the evening, in bed, whenever. I want you guys to be nice and cozy when you guys are watching this series. I want this to be one of those where you can just grab a snack, chill, and hopefully some of these topics will relate to you. So I just picked up like the basic Prosecco, which you can buy from Tesco's. So I'm just gonna open this. And to be honest, I think I am a good Prosecco opener. I'm just like chucking this on my floor, so. Woo! So here we are, guys. Let's pour this glass. It's fizzy. It's actually warm. I forgot to put it into the fridge. I picked this up today and literally just forgot to put it into the fridge. So pour ourselves a nice big glass. So we're going to take a large sip. So if you don't know anything, I'm going to tell you a little bit of background. I am currently living with my mother and father-in-law who are desi, who are from India. They've come from Punjab. They often come to visit us every year and a half. And they stay with us oftenly for like about 5 to 6 months, and that's when they go. So this is the 4th time that they have come to the UK. The first time they came, they stayed for about 4 months. That's when we got married. That was back in 2016. The second time they came was in 2019. They stayed for 1 month. That's when we bought this house. The third time they came was in 2020. When Abby was like 6 months, and they stayed for 5.5 months, and then obviously this time round. So they've been here for 2 months so far. So, okay, so first question is personal boundaries. I don't know, what are we talking about, like personal boundaries? Like, do we give each other personal space? And the answer to that is yes. My in-laws are very, very understanding. So without giving too much away, I want to say that they are a little bit more modern compared to my family, and I feel like they really respect my personal boundaries. Like, they're not controlling. They've never questioned where I go, how long I've gone for. They've never questioned who I'm. They've never asked me any questions when I go out and about. Even at home, like now, Jaggy is actually at home, but if he wasn't, I would just say, especially to my father-in-law, I would just be like, I'm just going to the office, I'm just going to work, and he'll be like, yeah, that's fine. You go do what you've got to do. So they are very respectful. So I feel like they do give us enough space, and I believe I give them enough space as well. Like this time round, I've got this office, and even before, anytime they called like their daughters, who are my sister-in-laws, I leave the room. So I just believe, like, you know, when the like their daughters, like mother and father, want to speak to their daughters personally about personal things, I believe it's important to give them their personal space. They might want to discuss something important which the sisters may not want me to know, or the parents may not want me to know. So we do, I believe, give each other personal space for personal boundaries. Were you living with them before you got pregnant or after? I was living with them both. So like I said, I did meet them before I got married. I went to India and that's where I met them. And then when they came for our wedding, they came 1 month before our wedding. We basically rented a house. They came a month before the wedding, and my husband lived with them for a month, and obviously I was at my parents' house. And then we got married and I lived with them for 3 months. And during those 3 months was when I became pregnant. And then I think I was about 3 months pregnant when they left and went back to India. And then, like I said, we moved in with my parents. Like, me and Juggy moved in with my parents. So they didn't come visit us because we didn't really have space for them. Like, they weren't going to stay at my mum and dad's house. So we waited until 3 years where we bought our own property, and that's when they came back. So then by that time, we had already had Harvey, and he was 2.5 years old. But in between 2017 and 2019, we still went to India. So we went when Harvey was about 6 months, we went when Harvey was about 1.5 years, and then they came when Harvey was 2.5. So we still saw each other. But yeah, I lived with them basically, let's just say, after I had Harvey. Did you manage to make alone time with them here or alone? So, okay, alone time, I feel like it's a bit of a balance. We have alone time a lot when they're not here, because obviously they're not here. And do we get time for alone time now? Yes, we do. So I'm very fortunate that Juggy is very open-minded. Juggy isn't controlling, or Juggy doesn't seem to think like it's his mum and dad. If they're sitting in the living area, that he wants to go and sit in the living area with his parents and not come out of the living area. He's very open. So say, for example, if I'm in the kitchen, he might just come and help me around there. If I'm maybe sitting in the office, I'm editing a video, he might just think, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna come and see what you're doing, and he'll pop into like the office. So I feel like we do get alone time. The only time we don't get alone time is, so my father-in-law is very good, as in when he has his dinner, he'll chill for a little bit, he'll digest his food, and then quite often about half an hour later, 40 minutes later, after having his dinner, he'll usually head upstairs. But my mother-in-law is very different. I think my mother-in-law's had a tough life growing, like a tough married life. So after she's been married, she had a tough life with her sister-in-laws, with her mother-in-law, and just kind of a married life wasn't easy for her. And my husband is one of what was 5 daughters, 2 of them which have passed, so it's 4 kids, 3 daughters, 1 son. So he's always been mollycoddled, and he's always been like the little baby of the family, which he is. He's the youngest. So I feel for that reason, my mother-in-law adores him, and she wants to be around him 24/7. So it is a thing which I have now got used to, but I'm not gonna lie, over the years, it's been very difficult kind of seeing this. So for example, let's just say we've had our dinner. Often my mother-in-law will chill, and she won't go upstairs until Juggy has left. And this was the case up until like this week. So me and my father-in-law get along really, really well, but I just had a discussion with him, and that's where I spoke about the fact that sometimes me and Juggy want to watch TV alone. And obviously he translated that back to my mother-in-law, and since then she has given us time. So one thing I'm going to say is, and one thing I've learned over nearly being married for 6 years, is communication is key. I really believe that if you want to have and maintain a healthy relationship with any individual, you need to speak about it and you need to communicate it. So yeah, I mean, we don't always get alone time, but it's very good because we manage to make it. They don't get upset if we go out for dinner. They don't get upset if we're in the kitchen alone. They don't get upset if we're anywhere else alone. So I feel like they do respect our personal time and where we want to be alone. So I guess we do get a lot of alone time, just not like cuddles on the sofa time, but I think we're going to be getting those now because she's been going upstairs, bless her soul. Literally she's been going upstairs with my father-in-law, but we do divide it. Like what I do is I don't wake up early. she wakes up early and she has her morning session with her son, and I'll have the evening session. So we're dividing it up. Like, all mums are close to their sons, guys. Like, come on, it's a given fact. Mums are always close to their sons. Like, it is a given fact. They're gonna be wherever their son is, and I think it's about time we respect it. And like I said, dividing the time up, it's always best. I mean, he should feel popular because everyone wants to be around him, right? This Prosecco is going down like a babe. I'm like, down to here. So another question I got, a very popular question, was how do you divide up the chores at cooking and cleaning? So very, very simple, very easy. Cleaning I do because she is old, she is fragile. My father-in-law is very, very, very active. If you'll have a look in my vlogs, you'll often see him. If you'll see my father-in-law in the vlogs, you'll often see him. He's gardening, he's always doing things with the kids, so he's a lot more active. Whereas my mother-in-law, she isn't really active, so I don't ask her to do any cleaning. So like, obviously I'm not gonna ask her to go upstairs into bathrooms and start scrubbing down the bathrooms. Like, I wouldn't even do that to my mum. Do you get what I mean? I'm the only person who scrubs the bathrooms. I'm the only person who like fully deep cleans the kitchen. Any of the house, I'm the only one, just because I'm very OCD and I like things done in a specific way. And like I said, I wouldn't ask her to do it. My mother-in-law is very good though. She does get up in the morning and she washes all of the dishes, guys. Like, she'll always wash the dishes. And I'll say to her, let me do it, but she'll be like, this is what the one and only thing that I do. So she'll wash the dishes. And then again with cooking, we've got a balance. I make the sabjis and she makes the rotis. She loves making rotis. I've often said, let me make the rotis, but no, she'll make the rotis and I'll always make the sabjis. On the rare occasion, if I'm busy, I'll say to her, Mummy, tusi bana do. But other than that, my mother-in-law always makes the rotis only, and I make the sabjis. And obviously, if we're having something other than like Punjabi food, like, you know, dal roti, then I'll obviously make it. I'll be like, okay, I'll just eat burger khane, and they're very good. Like, my in-laws are so good. Whereas like my dad always needs roti at the end. Like, yeah, he can't have anything else. And I know that there's a lot of in-laws out there who want like different things, but they're so good because like they'll eat anything, which is lovely. So that's how we divide up our chores. And again, going back to the subject of my mother-in-law's had a tough like married life. She's always been told what to do. So like when she got married, her mother-in-law would tell her what to do. Her sister-in-law would tell her what to do, and for that reason she doesn't tell me what to do. So she'll actually ask me. So even if it's something obvious, like nyane ki khana, like what are the kids gonna eat, and I'll be like, Mommy, you have a look, and she'll be like, nahi tu das de. Or if we're cooking sabji, like a perfect example was I had some spinach and I said to her, si palak paneer khaiye te aloo palak khaiye, tu dekh la. And I said, nahi thonu ki pasand, paneer te aloo? ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪਸੰਦ, ਮੰਮੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਪਸੰਦ ਹੋਣੀ, ਦੱਸੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ, ਆਲੂ ਜਾਂ ਪਨੀਰ, ਤੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਲਾ. So I said, in that kind of thing, sometimes it gets hard because she'll go with the flow. So she'll never say that aap banana. I'd just say, Aman, aa khana. Never like that. It'll just be like, teri marji hai, tu ape dekh la, ve tu ki jandi hai. Which I absolutely adore about her. So I love that. Do you feel pressured to be the dutiful dil? No. I can just plain and instantly get into that. No. I don't know whether it's a fact that in the same way I find, because there's a barrier, because Jaggi's from India and he's married a girl from England, they've never said it that we're where we are because of you, but I find that somewhere in their heart they seem to feel like if we be nice to her, you know, we'll keep coming back here, which isn't the case anyways. But I think for that reason, they don't have that thing that this is the way Aman needs to be, because I am nowhere near that dutiful, like, daughter-in-law. I am the complete opposite. So imagine you've got these two kid Punjabi, desi, you know, Jattan de, like, parivar, and you imagine what their daughter-in-law is meant to be, like, no drinking alcohol, hair in maybe in a gut, wearing suits, or probably not wearing suits because it's a modern thing, but just, you know, vegetarian maybe, no drinking alcohol and stuff like that. But I'm the complete opposite. Like, I'm a party animal, I love drinking alcohol, I leave the kids when I go out and about, we have a balanced life. Like Jaggy goes out with his boys, I go out with my girls, we go out together, we go out as a family. So I'm nowhere near like the dutiful daughter-in-law that they probably would have ever wanted. And neither have they ever said to me that you drink. Like I've never had them ever come up to me and say to me that, oh, you drink and we don't like it. They've never said that. They say it is like, we know nowadays everyone drinks, it is fine. The funniest thing they did say to me was my father-in-law came and we were having a barbecue and he said, so-and-so came, like, so it must have been a relative back in India. And he goes, so-and-so asked me, they said, we heard that you drink with your daughter-in-law and she pours you glasses and you cheers together. And he was like, no, that doesn't really happen. And then obviously Jaggy turned around, he was like, yeah, it does happen. Just, Papa, be realistic and just tell people the truth. Just be truthful, Papa, just tell them the truth. But yeah, so they don't have an expectation of being a dutiful daughter-in-law. Ooh, I'm like drinking this quite fast, guys. Let's have another glass. And we're like, you went into that office, you did something, and you came out tipsy. So what other hot questions we got? How did you find time alone? We've got that one quite popular. Did you experience any stereotypical expectations, cooking, cleaning, extra? Again, no, because I think the reason we didn't was because I think they came into, I mean, it's our house together. Like, it's my in-laws' house, it's my house, it's everyone's house, in my opinion. But I feel like because we've bought this house, they didn't come into this house, like, they weren't living in this house before I was living in this house. It probably feels like, they probably feel like it's more our house than their house. And I think for that reason, they didn't have any expectations. And I feel like, again, like, it's basically, I wouldn't even say like this video is probably not living with the in-laws, it's probably them saying living with Aman. So yeah, they didn't have any expectations. Like when I wake up in the morning, there's no expectation. You wouldn't believe it or not, I've never come down and said to them, Sat Sri Akal Mummy Papa, like, how was your sleep? I've never said that. I just say, I literally just come down and get on with my day. I mean, which is really bad. I don't even greet them good morning often. But literally just come down and you just say, Hanji kitna, batikya, and that's it. They don't have this thing where you need to peri ponna. They don't have this thing where they wait for me for tea. They've never said to us, cha bana. They've never said anything. They've never even said to me, make roti. Like my mother-in-law herself at 10:30 in the morning, 11 o'clock, will just get up and make her and my father-in-law's roti. And she's really respectful because when I'm working in the office area, and if you watch my vlogs, you'll know whereabouts in the house my office area is. She'll come to my office area and she'll be like, Aman put roti khani hai. She'll often come upstairs to my room and ask, Aman put roti khani hai. She's really like thing, and she knows I don't eat roti often, but she'll still come and she'll always ask me, Aman put the roti khani jab tu kuch lena. One of the questions I've got is, like a really popular question is, your vlog, which is really nice actually, I like this question. Your vlogs and your life just seem to play that to everything is well with your in-laws, but let's be honest, not everything is always great. What are you not telling us? I love this question. Well, in all fairness, I know this person as well who sent me this list. So, yes, of course, at the moment everything seems like everything is like perfect, but no, of course we have arguments. Like I just told you guys at the beginning of it that my mother-in-law often just sits on the sofa and doesn't go upstairs. So often what happens is when she obviously just chills, and I've like had a whole day and I want to spend some alone time with Jaggy. I mean, come on guys, we're all human. I mean, we need like physical attention, like we're young. Just, you guys can know the drill on the other side of the camera, like what I'm talking about. So we're that couple like who show each other attention. So often when the meal doesn't go, yeah, I do. Sometimes I have my dinner and then I'll head upstairs and I'll just go and chill on my own. And some days it does annoy me because I'd be like, okay, well, why isn't she going upstairs? And I'd often say it to my husband. Another thing is, like, my mother-in-law is old and she's quite fragile, so she can't do as many things with the kids. And another thing is, like I said, she's had a like hard married life, so often she can't, like, she asks a lot of things. She won't just go out of her way and do things with the kids, and often that would really get annoying. Like, to me it would be like, oh my god, why isn't mommy doing this? Like, mommy edda ka to nahi kardi. Or like I said, like, she won't take the initiative herself. Like, again, cooking wise, like I said, I cook all the sabjis, but thing behind it is because I can have like 5 or 6 sabjis in the fridge, but she won't cook it herself. She'll wait until someone tells her, like, this needs to be done. And like they say is like, but then the thing is like, when you take a step back, when you analyze a situation, and that's what I feel like communication analysis is everything about life, especially if you want to maintain relationships. If I don't want to maintain a relationship with her in the long run, I can say and I can make it an argument, which I have done in the past, guys. You're telling me they've come to England 4 times and I've gone back to India like 3 or 4 times. We haven't had arguments. Of course we have had arguments, and of course we've had like an exchange of words. Like last year when they came, or 2020, the last time they came, they stayed there for 5.5 months. I felt like there were constant little bickerings going on. But this time, it's been absolutely amazing. And I think what's happened is like we've learned to adjust. We've learned to adjust to each other's lifestyles. And I think what's the most difficult part is because they live so far away and they only get a limited amount of time. Like now when they were here for 5.5 months, and then they went to India for a year. So that year gap, the gaps don't help. But now they've come back and they know from situations from the previous, I know from situations previous, we know how each other work. Like I know she won't cook sabji. I know that's not an initiative she'll take. So I won't even bother asking her, I won't bother saying anything, I'll just go and do it myself. It's just, it's plain and simple. Like if you know someone can't do something, just go and do it yourself. So yeah, guys, we do have arguments. Obviously, like probably on an argumentative day, or if we've had an argument, like previously, because this time they've been here for 2 months and we haven't really had anything. Yeah, I'll probably just be silent and just get on with it, and that's it really, to be honest. What else can you do? The only thing is like, you don't want it to cause arguments between you and your husband, because he becomes in the situation where he has to pick and choose. And obviously, I mean, I'll be very disappointed if he picked me, because his parents come first, and that's the sole reason his parents are living with us, because I never want them to be alone. And you wouldn't believe it, my husband is not the person who invites his parents to come stay with us. It's me who books the tickets. It's me who pushes him to tell them to come here. It's me who wants to look after them, because I know that they're his parents, and if he respects me and my family so much, I need to do the same for him. So yeah. Oh, I need a drink for this one. It's very hard when you have typical in-laws. Mil and others are good, but Phil hard work. I find this is the opposite for me. Oh my god, I literally find this is the opposite for me. Me and my father-in-law. He's my best bud, guys. Like, I adore him. Me and my dad are like this, and my dad's a little bit like my mother-in-law, where he isn't as active. So who can say that? Like, we always have a very active parent and a very non-active parent. So my brother pointed that out to me actually, and now that I've gone into it, I've seen every family have an active couple, like in a couple. I'd say I'm the active one, and Jogi's not the nope. But yes, so it's basically like having my dad, but having an active version of my dad. So it's really good. Like, I'll go Tesco shopping with him. He'll do things with the kids. Believe it or not, like, I know they're like I said again, like this desi parivar, like this desi family from the bin. I'll open a bottle of beer for him. Like, I'll be like, Papa, it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Here's one for you and here's one for me. But yeah, I'd open up a bottle of beer for him, and I'll be like, yeah, here's a beer, have some like beer. Oh, I'm gonna make you a cocktail today. Let's make some cocktails. And I'll make him a cocktail. And he helps me with the kids, and he helps me with a lot of things. So I find that my father-in-law is not a lot of work. Whereas I find the rest of the family can get into a little bit of work. I find the problem is with every Indian desi family, it's family politics. Political. You guys know I am a very, if anyone personally knows me, especially like family, like friends, they'll know Aman's a very unresponsive person. You can't catch me on a WhatsApp. You have to call me in order to speak to me. But if there's politics, then Aman is not picking up that phone. So quite often happens is sometimes the sister-in-laws get into little dilemmas, and then sometimes it can cause a little bit of problems. What happens is, I think most cases is we're too busy and we don't get a chance to give them a phone call, and they'll often go to the in-laws, especially when the in-laws are in India, and they'll be like, so-and-so hasn't spoken to us, and then the mother-in-law and the father-in-law will be like, why aren't you guys speaking to them? And then just issues happen. But I found over the years and the experience of it, just stay away and blame everything on your husband. That is something my husband actually told me. So Jaggi was often like, "Je tenu koi bhi phone karda, if anyone says anything to you, blame it on Jittar. Say, Jittar told me that this happened. Jittar said this, Jittar said that." So that's exactly what I do. Anyone wants something, I'll be like, Jittar nu puch lo. Anyone says so-and-so nu ko, I'll be like, Jittar nu puch lo. And that way I've learned, because he says it's easy for him to take the blame and him to deal with it, rather than his wife to be accused. He said it's easy for him to take the hit rather than me. Do you set boundaries with your in-laws if they interfere? Or do things the way you wouldn't? Okay, so what do you guys mean by boundaries? Like, do I tell them there's things that they can't do and can't not do? So we don't tell them there's anything they can't do, can't not do. Like when we first bought the house, my father-in-law really wanted to like grow stuff in the garden. Last year he did as well. I don't know if he brought stuff with him, but he never grew anything. This year, like I've wanted my garden to look really aesthetic, but this year I don't care. I've let him grow stuff. If anything, I've bought him stuff to grow, and I'm just helping him make a patch. Like I want them to feel like this is their house. And I think the problem is, like, they do so much for the kids. I feel like in a way, if I say something to them, I lose my free childcare. But no, I say, like, if I make them feel bad, they're never gonna want to come here. And what's the point of life if we're gonna have like family who's pissed off at us and family who doesn't talk to us, especially parents, like second cousins and like flanne the chacha, the masida, that I don't care. Like, you can, you know, we don't care. But you know, they are like uppulna, right? And especially after this whole Sidhu situation and stuff, and they don't have another son that they can go and lean on. And in Ajkal di dunya, like, I don't know whether the daughters will ever keep them. Like, we don't know if one of the daughters will be like Hanji Sadma level. So they're like our little babies. So I don't want to set, I don't have any boundaries. Like, they have a key for the house, they go out and about. As soon as they came, they didn't bring any wallets. My mother-in-law didn't, and neither did my father-in-law. I went and I bought them both a wallet, and I gave them like notes, cash, and I gave them coins. So now when my mum takes like the kids out, they'd look and my mum will buy them like an ice cream or something. Now my father-in-law often just takes his wallet out and buys the kids stuff, because he has money. When they go to the park, he'll buy them an ice cream or one for himself, and I top them up. So every so often I'll give them more money, because you want to make them feel at home. So in terms of that, we have no boundaries. And in terms of interference, the only interference and the only way they interfere is with kids. So for example, like, say for example, I've put Avi on the naughty step, and I discussed this in the last one as well. They'll often just take her off the naughty step, and they'll be like, oh, Rundiya, and they'll just take her off. Like, or say for example, like, Harvey knows now as well, like, he's really, really good, but he knows that Vijay mein roya, if I cry, my daddy will give me this, or my papa will give me this. By the way, he calls his daddu papa. So he'll know who'll give him this. So that's the only thing that they ever interfere in, like kids' routines, bedtime routines, and just things like that. But we don't care. Like, what basically happened with me was my Jaja passed away, as you guys have been watching my vlogs, back in April. And when he passed away, we were watching a movie of us when we were kids. And in that movie, I basically saw the memories of my granddad and stuff. And there's a few of us who are younger who don't have many memories. So I had those memories. I don't want my son to be in a position where he doesn't have those memories. And I don't care about routines. I care about routines, but I don't care. Like, I don't want Harvey to be in a position where tomorrow he's like 25 or something and he thinks, and his routine is like, he used to go to sleep but his granddad was there. I want him to have those memories where I used to sleep next to my grandparents. Like, I want him to have that memory. So we don't care, and obviously it's bliss for us because they don't wake up at night or nothing, so it's really nice and it's kind of, you know, chilled out for us as well. So yeah, so we don't care at the moment. We don't care about like routines and stuff, because if they lived with us permanently it would be a little bit more different. They're here for 6 months, they're gonna go, and then you don't know when someone's gonna go. Like, you know, it could be my day, it could be Juggy's day, it could be the kids' day, it could be their day. And it's something none of us want to think about, but life is too freaking short. Like, look at Sidhu Moosewala, life is too short. So if the grandparents want to mess up their routine and those kind of things, it's fine. Otherwise, interference, like if me and Juggy go out, they don't often say anything. I do remember like 3 weeks ago, there was a weekend where the kids went to Nanny's house. My father-in-law was very upset that they'd gone, and he kept saying, oh, you know, the kids have gone, Jeannie Lagda, oh, the kids have gone, and he was very miserable. And we ended up going out on the same night, me and Juggy, and he said it to Juggy again, like, this house is so quiet, like, I feel miserable, this and this. Again, Juggy just said, okay, fine, and the next day we took them to the cinema. So that's the only thing like you can do, and yeah, so that's what's okay. So someone has said, I found it very difficult to speak my mind. I mean, so we all do. Like I said, there's times where my mother-in-law will often like not do things, and I'll just want to do things, and all, like, you know, when she doesn't clean, like obviously she's old, like she can't clean the kitchen properly, so when she does make rotis and stuff, it's not fully clean, or when she'll, like the big patile and stuff, she can't put them away, so she'll leave them outside and desktop. And I do get upset and I do want to speak my mind. Often it can get hard to like speak your mind and just say things. I think it depends from like person to person, like who the person is. Personally, I would say it's always good, and I've seen a trick, like I often go out, I'm like maybe shopping or something, so my father-in-law feels a little bit special that he's out and about with me, and that's when I'll often talk about the subject. But you know what, try to speak your mind, but like I said, it depends on your in-laws, and it depends on the support of your partner. Like, I don't know, I mean, come on, I'm not gonna lie, I think me and Juggy are a very good couple, and we're very an understanding couple. We talk to each other. I think me and him are very understanding, and I know he has my back. So when I do speak my mind, I believe it's thing. How to be yourself. I believe it's very important to be yourself from day one. So just be open and just say it is. Like when I met Juggy, I was very open and very frank, and they, believe it or not, they're all vegetarian. All 3 of my sister-in-laws are vegetarian. Their husbands don't drink except for one of my sister-in-laws, and Juggy was like completely vegetarian. And the first thing I told him was like, he eats meat, he eats every damn thing living on this world, and he drinks, and I drink every damn living thing. And any of Juggy's families I've met, I've told them I drink. When I go to family functions, I openly drink, and I think this is what it is. Just be yourself very openly, and just tell them, like, often when we'll have a glass of wine, we won't hide it behind like non-coloured. If we're having a glass of wine, we'll have it in a glass of wine bottle, like glass, and we'll have Prosecco in a glass, and I'll walk in, like afterwards I'm going to walk in and put this into the sink. And if my mother-in-law is going to be the one washing the dishes tonight, she's going to see this. It doesn't matter. So I think that is basically how it is to be yourself. And don't only say it to yourself, say it to them as well. Like, make them feel comfortable with, like, you be yourself as well. Like, be yourself. And just, so I'll often say, like, with my father-in-law, he came from India, he was very reserved. Like, he wouldn't wear shorts. And I was like, it's so hot. And he'll be like, no, people are going to think, what am I doing? And I was like, what? I bought him a pair of shorts. I'm like, look, it's hot, wear this damn gacha. Like, be yourself, be open, like, do what you want to do. Kind of, so it works both ways in my belief. Do you ever get tired of each other and feel that I need to time out? As time's going on, I'm finding it less of me feeling tired from them. Obviously, every time that they come, I always go out and about. I've always gone out with the girls, I've always gone out with Juggy, I have my office area. The often thing is, like, I don't really get tired from them. I just get tired of the house. I work from home. I don't leave. I don't go anywhere. So I have my office area and stuff like that. So I don't really feel like I need the time to like time out. But like I said, when I do need to time out, I go out with people, and I've always had that. I've always had a balanced lifestyle anyway. So I guess we've never timed out. And I don't know if they ever get like the need that they're tired and they need to time out from me. But again, I give them a lot of space. So during the day, I'll spend a lot of my time. I work 8 to 5, so I'll spend majority of my day in my office area. So I feel like it's a time to be away from me. And then they go to the park, they take Abby out, they go themselves. There's a lot of things they do, so I feel like they have their time out as well. So I can't believe my background died on me this time. I'm so disappointed. Literally feel like shooting my entire video again. I'm literally so disappointed, guys. The whole point of like this lovely background was, I guess, too many glasses of Prosecco, guys. But the literal time, like, oh God, I'm so pissed off. Fuck this. It's not even talking about this topic, guys, but it's okay. I'm gonna calm down, calm down. I think we're a little bit tipsy. But anyways, yeah. Oh God. But anyways, guys, oh, I'm so disappointed that my background turned off like halfway through this damn video. But it's okay, guys. We're gonna we can manage. Okay, we're just gonna have to let you people know. But guys, this is it. This is for all I have time for. I already know that this is probably like gonna be a 40-minute video. Sorry for this time session being so long. And let me know, do you guys prefer the longer sessions? Do you guys want like shorter 15 to 20-minute videos? Or do let me know in the comment section below. But thank you so much for watching my series, and thank you so much for watching my second episode of the chill time with Aman, the Q&A sessions. Hope you guys found this video useful. Again, like I said, we can have a season 2 where we talk about the same topics again, but with different questions. So we'll just see how popular this series is. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Also, please do not forget, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then do hit the subscribe button down below. Do like, share, subscribe. I've said the subscribe already, but do share, like, share, subscribe this video. And if you aren't following me already, do follow me here on my Instagram. This is @TAUR. And whilst we're there, we're going to say you can go on here, and I'm going to be asking the questions over there, which is going to be sex and relationships. So this time next week, we will be coming back here and we'll be talking about sex and relationships. So it's going to be a lovely topic to talk about. So if you have any random questions about sex and relationships, in that question box, and I'll be sure to answer those for you in my next week's video. Really hope you guys enjoy this series, and hope you guys are having a lovely time so far. Hope your snack was nice, or whatever you did, and just want these cozy sessions to go on, to be honest. So anyways, I'm going to go enjoy my rest of my evening being a little bit tipsy. But it was lovely talking to you guys about this topic, and hopefully I shall see every single one of you in my next one. Chin chin, guys. Bye.